Good morning again. Literally. Yeah, good morning everyone. It's Joker, and we are back with another slime video because the second live stream for the 1.5 ANNI has just ended, and let's just dive into it because there's a decent amount to go over because this is the start of a brand new meta, so there is a bunch of units to talk about. So first off, the theme of the meta is Walpurgis, so you can attempt to guess who those units are, but in case you don't want to guess, we're just going to show you. So, first up we have EX Battle Unit Earth Guy Crimson, and I'm not calling him the other name. So he is on Warrior's Mind, Octagram, and Primal Demon. So the meta is Warrior's Mind for this one. So Warrior's Mind and I think Dragon Hakai is what the Protector leads. So expect that. His ult, just going right into his skills. So he has a single target ult for 490% damage, and then at EX it's a 1.5 times, so pretty standard. And then his first skill, expensive, because it's an 80% ult boost for the entire team, and guaranteed crits for the entire team. 80% ult damage and guaranteed crits. Let's sink that in for a little bit. Okay, now that we've synced that in, his second skill, 30-point orb change, which I know people are going to be like, why the fuck is it 30? Why isn't it 25? Well, it's because it's a triple orb change. It is a 2 green and 1 orange orb change to 3 blue. So, yeah, it's interesting to say the least. So, 2 greens and 1 orange get converted to 3 blue, along with a 10% boost to all gauges for 1 turn. His trait down here is when you send 2 orbs in Valor Cup, you nerf blue gauges, or blue orbs, which is not really that important right now, because Valor Cup right now is like green focused, at least for the starting hand. So, whatever. Yeah, so he looks to be pretty good. He is very obviously the nuker, being the single target unit with these kinds of buffs. He looks good. If anyone's ever played Dynasty Warriors, he gives me a very Lubu-esque vibe off of him. So that is Guy. Let's move on now to the next unit. Valentine. So the Roses teaser image was for Valentine. So she looks, 1, really good. I like this outfit a lot. 2, she is space, which is interesting. She's also on Warrior's Mind and Octagram, and Fount of Wisdom. So, another addition to that team. She is AoE for 300%, and then, let's see, I believe, oh crap, I didn't get that part. What is her effect? Let's see, she reduces physical attack resistance by 15% for 1 turn. Okay, fair enough. And then EX ult does double damage, so 600%. Her first skill, very interesting. 70 points. And it says that if you have at least 1 full protection gauge, or anything above 1 full, so you could have like 1, you could have 1.5, you could have 1.25, you could have 2. If you have at least 1 full bar protection gauge, you can use her first skill to give you another protection gauge for free. You can only use it once per fight, but essentially, if you play it right, you could use 3 stacks of protection gauge in 1 turn. And on top of that, she also gives a 10% ult. Actually, hold on. 10% blue gauge buff for 1 turn. So, yeah, it's interesting. She just automatically gives you another protection gauge, not for free because it costs 70 points. But as long as you have at least 1, you can use it. Only once per fight, though. Just make that clear. And then her second skill is a 50% physical attack for Warrior's Mind and Octagram forces for 1 turn. And then after turn 8, it becomes a better skill, but instead of adding more attack, it adds 40% crit resistance down. So this is another crit-focused meta. Very good for the hero, right? But Guy is already giving you guaranteed crits. Velzard is lowering crit resistance by 40%, which is more than what the hero is doing. So she's here for the rewind. You can put her on, but her other skill has been taken care of with this team. So Velzard looks to be very, very interesting. Her valor trait is ass. It's like if an enemy has 100% ult, then you lower it by 20% when you come in. It's dumb. So that is Valentine, and then Protector Velzard. So I was right with the ice shards. I was like, this has to be Velzard. So we have the White Rice Ice Queen Velzard, who leads Warrior's Mind and Dragon Hakai, and she is a fairly typical stacking protector. So this is, yes, another stacking meta. So she, let's see, her actual protection skill is 12% attack stack for Warrior's Mind and Dragon Hakai units, and that is stackable. So 12%, 24%, 36%, blah, 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 blah. Stacks forever. And then she also gives you a 40-point skill cap boost, like normal, and then buffs Blue's skill point gain by up to 500%, like normal. So it's pretty standard fare right there. And then her actual, her leader skill is Warrior's Mind and Dragon Hakai, 50% damage increase. Right? Actually, no, sorry. I messed that up. So it is a 50% damage increase for all physical units against a space enemy. So she's actually not quite as specific as the other 2 EX leaders, because the other leaders were like you had to use specific forces and you got the damage increase. This one is just if you are a physical character, which is great because so far all of the EX metas have been physical. So but as a counterpoint to that, they did lower the damage total from 60 to 50%, which I think is fine, because you're opening up a whole crap ton of units to be able to be used for extra damage, because there's a lot of physical units at this cost of only 10% extra damage. So I am 100% A-OK fine with that. And then Dragon Hakai and Warrior's Mind get the 20% attack and defense. So, alright, pretty good there. She has a standard Valor trait. It's the same stupid one. And then this is the extra 5% to stats when you get her to 120. So that's also pretty standard. So here is the image. They look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. They look pretty good. But let's go on to the animations. So let's go watch that first.
一気にお見せしたいと思います。見たい見たい。はい、ではどうぞ。残念だな。実力も測れない愚か者とは。セルエクスタミネート。後悔しても遅いぜ。死の訪れる刹那まで。 快楽に浸るがよい。エペメラル・レクイエム。なかなか美しいではないか。少しだけ手伝いましょうか。面白いお相手ですもの。もっと楽しまないと。フリージングフィールド。普通なのは飽きちゃったのよ。 鬼の力とくと味わうがいい。はあ、四脚合名書。
Forgot to hit record, so I've been talking for like 20 minutes, and I feel like a complete fucking idiot, but it's also 6 in the goddamn morning, so please give me a break. But they also showed Shion, so obviously Shion is the other unit, free-to-play unit, so she has a 470% ult with, God forbid, a 2-turn 10% counterattack resistance down. So whether that is foreshadowing a counterattack unit coming this meta, I really fucking hope not, but, you know, it's here for a reason, right? These effects normally matter for something regarding the meta now. So we'll just have to see. Her first skill, she stacks 5% crit damage on all physical allies, and that is unlimited. So that's pretty good right there. And then also gives blue gauge, or actually blue orbs get extra 20% ult gauge boost for 2 turns, which is also pretty good. So, I mean, these are EX units that she's attempting to buff. They need ult gauge, so extra 20% for 2 turns, I will take. Her second skill is a pretty standard orb change to orange to blue with the 10% gauge increase for 1 turn. So she's changing 2 blues, or she's changing 2 oranges. Guy is changing 2 greens and an orange into blues. So you have orb coverage just between these 2 units. So, and they work well together because she's stacking crit. Guy is giving crit. So it seems to work out pretty well. So now that we've gone over that, let's talk about everything else that they dropped in this banner, or this meta, that we have to talk about that I already did, but I forgot to hit record because I'm dumb. Oh, hold on 1 second. Realized I forgot to talk about the other free-to-play unit, Protector Dino. Dapper Dino is the free-to-play Protector unit, and he is pretty basic. He works almost the same as the free-to-play Chloe that we got for Fount of Wisdom. So he leads Warrior's Mind and Octagram units, so right here. And then his skill is 20% attack up for 1 turn, and then 20% or 20 skill cap increase to a total of 999, and then gives you 20 points. So Chloe, if you don't remember, did defense down, 20 skill point, and then 20 points. So they're almost the same with just that one minor difference of doing the attack power. And it is only attack power of Warrior's Mind or Octagram units. So he is specifically stacking them, or giving them attack. And then his actual leader skill is 30% damage up for Warrior's Mind versus a space enemy. And then Warrior's Mind and Octagram units get that 12% extra attack. So basic. I mean, he is serviceable as a protector. At least you get some of the damage increase, and he is giving those units a little bit of attack. Definitely not as good as Protector Velzard, though, but if it's what you got, is what you got. Sorry, had to feed Vader. Anyways, so Story Chapter 21 is coming tonight. We have the new OG character, Krish, I don't know what she's called, but she looks to be a new antagonist, and she's picking on Isis, which is a first. So she's also corrupted Carrion and Gazel, also interesting. Can't wait to see what that means. We have 2 new ways to filter units. The first one is by specific force, so just bring it all up. And then one is for percentage boost for the meta. So you can see all 10%, 6% down here, 11%. So you can sort it by units that are going to give you a boost, which I guess is nice initially. And then you should probably just save the team you're going to use to grind the event and call it good. So that's nothing new. Moving on, we have the skill revamp, process, I guess. So we have a brand new type of material right here. And you can see that this is Octagram Valentine in the back. So her level 10 skill, 20% ult gauge buff up to 60, and then the ally with the lowest HP gets 10% heal. You can awaken it using one of these new things, and then all 3 of the current existing types, and it becomes a level 1 skill again. But now it caps out at 80%, so an extra stack. And she also, once this is fully leveled up, it's 10% heal to everybody, not just the lowest HP unit. But it does take this new stuff, which I don't know how much of this we're going to get. So this will not be a, hey, we can awaken everybody in one go, because there's 16 units technically. There's 8 normals and 8 octagram units that need to be awakened. So this currency could get very dry very fast. But alongside needing all 3 of the enhancement skills to, awaken it back to level 1, when you start leveling up the skill, you can see that even at level 1, it needs only rainbow enhancement materials, right? So it's going to cost a lot of these to go from level 1 to level 7. Because at level 7, he doesn't have any new material. He doesn't have materials to use. So from 1 to 7, you can only use rainbows. From 7 to 10, I don't know what they need. And they don't go over what they need. But he doesn't have any, which means we won't have any, probably. So it's going to be a slow process to get all the units revamped. It looks to be that only one of their skills are being changed, not both of the skills. Which is interesting, but also fine, I guess. Moving on, we have Yom being added to Tempest, that you can talk to him now, get some bond XP, get some free crystals. So that's cool. I don't actually have Yom, but I mean, now I can at least start to level him up and get some crystals off of him. We have new buildings you can put in, so Japanese bridge, wood bridge, and then amusement park buildings, which I don't know why they're coming now instead of, last meta, but sure, whatever. And then a flower cart, so whoop-de-doo. They're adding these 4 units onto the Fount of Wisdom category. Gazel, Water and Light Raphael, and Earth Mirren. This Light Raphael is a huge inclusion on that team, because you could already put him on the team. You could get the stun strike for him. You get the extra 50% ult resistance down, which stacks on top of Diablo's. So, he works already pretty well on that team, and now he'll work even better because he's getting that extra stat buff. So I'm okay with that, and I just personally recently got Raphael to 120, so he's gonna hit nice and hard. Here is the full list of units that are getting the skill revamp. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 9 units. 9 units up top, and then 8 down below, or 7 below, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So no, I was still right. It's 16 units. Yeah, this is gonna get expensive. And I'm going to do a separate video going over all of their skill changes, because it's a lot of units, and it's going to make this video like an extra hour. So I don't want to do that. So we'll do it separately. But here are, if you want to translate them yourself, here are the battle units that are normal, and then here are the octagram units. You can see here's the original skill and here's the new skill. That's cool. Moving on. They did confirm that on the last live stream, I think Reamer's VA picked Space 3.0 Shion to get a skill revamp, and I wasn't entirely sure that was right because she's a pretty new unit, but it was right. So sometime Space 3.0 Shion will get a skill revamp. So interesting. She gives herself Pierce and like 30% Pierce power, and then Charms, and then gets Charm Strike. So I don't know what they're going to change there. Maybe extra Pierce power. Who knows? Who knows? But now we have a 30-day login bonus. So 700 and how much is this? 720 crystals, 60 of the anniversary medals, and then 2 5-star tickets, or 2 double 10% rate tickets, and 1 guaranteed 5-star ticket. Sorry, I'm talking too fast. So free crystals are nice. The coins are nice because there's some nice rewards from that shop. So that's good. They're introducing a bait banner with the skill revamp units. For the love of God, do not summon on this. They are okay. They're not that great, and you should be spending your crystals on the new banner, not this thing right here. So, as they made it also a 5% drop rate, and at 50 pity you can just choose one of the characters. Cool beans. Don't summon on it. It's not good. Not good value for your money. Once this loads, they're introducing the Valor Cup Conquest stage, where you can grind and get the new tomes to make the Valor Cup dedicated gear. I have not done anything with Valor Cup gear yet because it's so very expensive, and I wanted to make a separate video on that to kind of bitch about it. But hey, at least we can grind out this stuff to make it cool. Whatever. This is interesting though. This is cool. This is a raid boss, a co-op raid boss, where all of the players, take on the stage, and then every time they beat it, it docks off 1 point of their health from a gigantic pool. And then once the world essentially kills the raid boss, everybody gets rewards, which we don't actually know what those are, but they are. This is our first form of any type of co-op content. And it's a good start. It's not a guild. It's not like true functionality like live co-op, but it is a step in the right direction. So I am all for it. We know that they're thinking about it. They want to implement more of this. So totally okay. Raid boss, cool. Keep doing it. Please do it like every meta now. That would be really, really nice. Next up, we have a social media retweet and like campaign. The number of stuff they get corresponds to the number of awards they give out. 100 crystals, 10,000 gold, couple stamina pots, 5-star ticket, platinum hammers are in here. So, free stuff, right, for social media. And then we have the units overview, blah, 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 blah. And then we get to the good part right here. So, this is Beatdown Battle against a Space Orc of Disaster. But we're going to get to a very interesting part right here. So, come on, here, hurry up. So they have max ult or protection gauge, 2 stacks right here, right? So they're going to use Velzard's skill, and we're going to see it in action. So we're going to use her 70 cost skill. It's going to give us this yellow ring, indicating a 3rd protection meter, or 2nd, depending on if you only have 1. But now we use it once right here, and then they skip. Alright, so that's 1 stack. And now we still have 2 right here, so there's a 2nd stack. And then here is the 3rd stack of Velzard. So that is how it works. If you have 2, you can use 3. If you have 1, you can use 2. Or if you have 1.5, then you can use 2, because you only have a half meter after that. So that's how her skill is going to work. It seems interesting. We'll have to test it out on other teams on top of this one to see how well it actually is effective and how well she works on other teams. But for now, that's the idea of how it works. Moving on, we do have a Isekai Revelry banner, so 5% drop rate, so that's cool. Also, I forgot to cover it, but they're also introducing like the guaranteed tickets that you can buy in bulk. Eventually? Come on. Come on. Jesus. Okay. Thanks, game. Or thanks, YouTube. Really, really appreciate this. Refresh. There we go. Okay. So, we can buy these packs that have black tickets, and you can exchange those tickets directly for one of the new units. So you can buy the big pack 5 times, so that's 10 tickets right there, which you can get each of the battle units if you wanted. Or you could buy the extra 2 packs to get 2 more tickets, and you'd have 12. So, I mean, you could get a battle and a protector, and then have some left over, because there's always some other stuff in the shop that's pretty ass. But, this is not cheap. This is not cheap. I think if you buy all 7 of the packs, it's like $500 or something. That's only for Super Whale territory. And I'll probably do that, but do I really want to spend $500 tonight? I'm going to have to really debate. Maybe we'll see what I pull with my current crystal stock, and then we'll kind of go from there. So yeah, it's Super Whale territory. If you're not inclined to spend, then don't even fucking worry about it. But we also have normal tickets, right? So we've got the 10% rate ticket for the new banner. We have just a normal 5-star ticket, and then the standard packs that we would always get for any meta, really. So 5 tickets, 1,000 crystals, hot pot, reforged stones. And then we're also going to have a sale on the normal crystal pack. So instead of 1,000, you get 1,500. This is actually decent value because it's the same price. You're just getting an extra 50%. I will buy these. This is good value. So moving on, that's about it. Actually, they just have a bunch of like VA stuff going on. They're drawing a bunch of things. But that is essentially all that we have for the live stream. It's pretty standard of what I thought they would announce. And we got no information on the super big secret special project in summer. I did not expect that to be shown here. Maybe it'll be shown at the end of May for that live stream. Maybe. We will see. But overall, Eileen, I like the units. I like how they look. I like their artwork. Their kits are interesting, and I would think more worthy, I would say, of the 1.5 anniversary. This is big time stuff right here. These are big time skills. The Shizu and Hero, they were just tacked on, I feel, at this point. Their skills were okay, not the greatest, not the worst, but they were just okay. So, here we go. New Warriors Mind meta with Guy, Valentine, and Velzard, and Shion. So, I will be streaming the summons tonight at 7 p.m. my time, so just over 12 hours from now. And yeah, we can all witness the shafting because of the luck I got in Star Rail yesterday means that I am fucked tonight. So let me know what you guys think of the new units and all the other changes that are coming in the comments below. But that's it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I'm gonna go the fuck to sleep.